All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Steve Avila. I'm based in Costa Rica, and I'm application engineer for Johnson Controls in Latin America. I am in charge of the Exact IQ division that pretty much takes care of the main brands of access and video, which include Kantech, Exact, and some other solutions such as the Illustra cameras and the Tyco radar, and among others. Today, we're going to be speaking about Kantech, and this seminar is called Complete Security Using Kantech, and we're going to go ahead and start. So to give you guys a little background on the brand itself, Kantech has been in business for over 35 years. It was founded in Canada. Actually, Kantech stands for Canadian Technologies. It used to host and traditionally was originally hosted by Intevo. One of the biggest features of Kantech is that offers this access control, this access controller that can be used for multiple purposes, and we're gonna see that in detail right ahead. So we call it a complete security system because it's not only an access control system, it lets you integrate your other platforms such as intrusion, such as fire, such as video. And we're going to be looking a little bit on the software through the Entrapass software. I'm gonna give you guys also an overview on the hardware, on the main products that we offer, and I'm going to show you what platforms can we integrate with Kantech. So in this diagram right here, you can see how we can integrate on the Entrapass software by Kantech. We can have or video recorders from Exact. We can have those live cameras. We have our workstations where we have batch printers. Through the onboard RS485 connection, we can integrate to other platforms such as the DSC alarm panels. We can also connect to those panels by IP using the KT IP module, and as well as all the usual access control elements such as readers and request to exit buttons and outputs and stuff. We're going to see that in detail later. Now, Entrapass Security Management, which is the software that we use for Kantech devices, has 3 editions. The special edition will give us video integration, intrusion integration, smart card compatibility, and wireless locks. It's a very basic, let's say, license that we can use, and it's always an option. We also have the corporate edition that has all of that, plus multi-site, mobile apps, web client, Active Directory for Windows. This is pretty much the most used platform, let's say, corporate edition. And we also have the global edition that will give us all of that, plus global anti-passback and muster reports. So pretty much the global edition, it's used in those cases where we have a multi-site customer, and we require the global anti-passback. That's when we go with the global. So the special edition, as I was telling you, it's pretty much for those small business operations, even residential appliances, where we have an up to 64 controllers that we can control with the special edition. All the access control features are included. We can have up to 256 readers using the KT400 controller, high number of operators, high number of card database, and we can do all the integrations with American Dynamics recorders, Exact Vision recorders, DSC Power Series for intrusion, and WebView. Corporate Edition gives us up to 100,000 doors, 21 workstations, 50 concurrent web or mobile clients. You can do automated emails on pretty much any events. You can select card types for operators restrictions, batch modifications. You can configure strong password rules such as long phrases or very highly secure passwords. Excuse me. And we can do the video integration, as well as some other optional features. We get the Entrapass web and mobile clients. We get the video vault for video archiving. You can integrate your SQL server to host your software. You can do redundancy and Active Directory for Windows. In the global edition, for those multi-site solution, and as I was telling you, when we need that a global anti-passback areas, the global edition will give us up to 100,000 doors, 129 workstations, 200 concurrent clients for web and mobile. You can do cross-controller events and triggers, which means one controller in site one can trip events on controller on site two. That kind of things you can do with the global edition. Area count, alarm systems, elevator control, guard tours, redundancy. You can also do the web and mobile clients. You can do the video vault for archiving. Pretty much all the same features as the previous version, as I told you in a couple slides before. The only difference between global and enterprise, it's the amount of workstations, of course. From 21 on corporate, you get 129 on global, and global anti-passback area count and the Active Directory. Some other features of the Entrapass software: you can have 2 concurrent languages. Here in Latin America and the Caribbean, that's pretty useful. Identity management, floor plans. You get real-time dynamic graphics with visual diagnostics for you. Let's say if you want to see a graph of which reader modules are going into communication failure for maintenance plans or for that kind of things, that you can get. You get elevator control. You get badging and picture integration with badger printers. You get the swipe and show feature, print on cards, first person in rules, automated reports that you can export as PDF, XLS, CSV, and Word. And you can have them sent to you via email, daily, weekly, monthly, as you want. Some other features you get is automated backups. You can schedule backups to be executed automatically. You get the time and attendance with your cards for your card holders. Action scheduler, video integration with Exact and American Dynamics or Victor. You get the DSC intrusion integration and also the wireless locks, the Asa Aboy wireless locks integration. Here are some of the part numbers for ordering Entrapass. Just USB with software and license, and software licenses only. in case you want to get it shipped on a USB, or if you want to be sent with a code with the license, that's another option. I say the main key that makes Kantech stand from other competitors is how you can integrate with video and intrusion. It's bi-directional communication. So what it means is that not only you get the information from the video servers and the intrusion panels, but also sends information to the video and intrusion systems. For example, when I say bi-directional, it means also when I go into my exact vision recorder live view, for example, I can set up doors and I can set up access commands on the video on the VMS software, as well as I can bring live video to my access software on Kantech. So those are that's what it means when it says bi-directional communication. Entrapass Web, it's the other platform where we can host our system or program, configure, and visualize our system. You guys can actually go to demo.kantech.com using username Entrapass8 and password Entrapass8, and you're gonna see something like this. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit on how it looks, on how the demo looks, and it's something like this. It's just an exe command that brings a web platform with all the features that you get from Entrapass Web. So, for example, you can do maps. You can import maps in image files or AutoCAD files, and you can set up all of your doors and all of your video cameras and your intrusion system. You even get the virtual keypad. You get to see your virtual keypad if you're using your DSC integration. Doors, you can set up doors and do unlocks, for example, from the platform. You can watch live video streams from the web, from the access control Entrapass Web. You can set up relays for, let's say, light control. Turn it on and off if you wish. You can also do all the card holder control and configuration from the Entrapass Web. You can see the event log from the platform as well. As I told you, you get all the video. You can watch all your cameras live video from here. Assign them to a map. All these types of commands like unlock doors, activate relays, you can do from the web platform. When you have your intrusion panel integrated, you're able to arm and disarm, do all that kind of commands from here as well. Get reports, card holder reports, hardware reports, and do your custom reports, etc. You can assign access levels, schedules, operators. These are some of the features that you can get with the Entrapass Web, especially very used when doing standalone applications, which I'm going to talk to you in about a minute. Entrapass Go, we get the app for smartphones, tablets. Pretty much anything that's iOS or Android, you can install your Entrapass Go. And we got 3 apps. The installer one, as you see in the animation there, just scan your QR on your controller and it's ready to configure. Then you get the Entrapass Go, which pretty much allows you to, it's a pretty similar view compared to the one we just saw at the Entrapass Web. Pretty much you can do all the same features. And then you get the Entrapass Go Pass, which allows you to use your phone as a card since all of the Kantech readers are Bluetooth enabled, you can pretty much use your phone as a card for access control. So it's 3 apps pretty much: one for the installer, one for the security manager or the client, and one for the user or the end user. Here's an example or visual example on how we integrate the three platforms: access with control with Kantech, and via Ethernet we connect to the video recorders and the intrusion panels. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the hardware. So for the KD1, it's a one-door input-output IP controller. As I told you, for small businesses, even residential applications. KT2, you get two-door IP and Wi-Fi controller. It's recommended for small and medium businesses. The KT400 gives you four-door IP controller with integration ports, web access, and quick setup. More for a medium business / managed access. And also we have our readers, the IO Smart readers that have a proprietary Kantech format, and that allows us to do a lot more features, having our own card format. We're gonna see that in a bit as well. As I told you, some of the controllers can be set for standalone. Well, specifically the KT1, the KT2, and the KT400. You can have them in standalone mode, which means they don't need to be connected to a software or a server. You can just web program them and host everything via web. So this is the standalone application where you can have where you can have everything web based. Even the programming, it's on the browser. If you wish, you can upgrade to an Entrapass system and host it on a server with the software and the 100% of the features that you get. This is in case you always have that customer that has a small site where they don't require a server. They just pretty much need a access control system that can be easily programmed, and that doesn't make it less secure because as we're going to see in the detail of every controller, all of them are very hard when it comes to cybersecurity, and they're all AES encrypted. You don't need a software for basic access control function. That's what it means with standalone operation. Only when you need like a few doors, you need to do remote configuration. There's no need for a fixed PC. You can manage card holders. It tells you who, where, and when the access happened. And it's only a one-time buy. You don't need to pay for a subscription yearly or monthly or something. And then with the basic access control, using the software, we can do serial or IP up to thousands of doors. You do need a PC. You need maintenance. It also gives you the who, where, and when the access happened. And of course, it gives you all the integrations, as well as the offline functionality. This is the KT1 controller. It has a built-in PoE and PoE Plus, as well as a 12-volt input. Encrypted IO Smart reader communication, secure communication with 128 AES encryption, 4 built-in inputs and 2 built-in relays. It comes with a touch button on the front, that K that you see in blue. It's actually a button that you can program for anything you want, like open a door or open all doors or put the service into maintenance mode or whatnot. Any functionality on the panel, you can assign it to this button pretty much. Gives you head control and enrollment, secondary control and enrollment, like you can make it a master or a slave. And it gives you all the controller status through the LEDs in the front. This is the options that we have in terms of housing and power supply for the KD1. So the KD1 PCB is the one you see on the left, no enclosure. The one KT1 EUPS is the one with the enclosure for the battery and the power supply. And you have another option, which is the MET, that gives you a metal enclosure. KD2, you get the backplate and the cover that you can order separately, and you get the KT2 PCV that gives you a controller, a backplate with no cabinet. Some of the features of the KD2 is it gives you 2-door IP controller, up to 4 readers. You can do 2 doors entry exit or 4 doors only entry button. It gives you Wi-Fi, Ethernet, RS-485 communication, plug and play installation right off the box. As you saw in the previous slides, it's just as easy as scan a QR code for enrollment. You get the single touch sensitive button for fast and automatic controller enrollment. Quick configuration through the wizard, PoE, highly secure 128-bit AES encryption. And we offer starter and expansion kits. Some of the benefits, it comes with a built-in Wi-Fi antenna. You can manage and configure doors using the web browser. You can also put this panel into standalone mode. No software or purchase, like no software purchase required for initial install. And you can connect the input-output modules into this model, which is the KT Mod IO16. As I told you before, we can do the wireless locks integration with these panels. So for example, with the KD1, you can do up to 8. With the KT400, you can do up to 8 as well. And with the KD2, you get up to 2. You can also integrate with Aperio locks using the hub. And those are some of the models of wireless locks that we can integrate with this solution: C100, KS100, L100, and E100. You know when to use wireless locks? When you have a glass door where you cannot wire into it, or a remote location where you can only have Wi-Fi, etc. Depends on the application. It can be a lot of cost reduction by using wireless locks. As I told you, what does a standalone system include, or how do I quote a standalone system? Well, pretty much all you need is one controller, one reader, and cards. That gets you going. No need for a software or license or anything if you're using the standalone mode. We're going to talk a little bit about about the readers that we offer. So these are some of the iOSmart readers that we have with a proprietary encrypted RS485 port. They do support OSDP as of mid 2022. And these are some of the iSmart models that we have with keypad, without keypad, MIFARE Plus, IO Prox, and Bluetooth for mobile. Here are some of the cards that you can read with those readers. So the SC models give you pretty much everything except for IO Prox and HID Prox. And the multi-million technologies or the multi-technologies models give you pretty much all the cards, DFire, standard UID, MIFARE Plus, MIFARE Classics, IO Prox, IO Smart, HID Prox. Also, there's a strip that you see next, like in the reader, on red or on green on the left, that you can configure. Pretty much on any color that you want: pink, blue, green, yellow, and you can assign it. Like when you have an access denied, you can configure and customize all of that visual aspect of it. This is a diagram showing how the connectivity is for the iOSmart readers. So as you see, you have up to 500 feet per line on RS485. You can connect the in readers, out readers, your T-Rex and your door contact right into the reader itself for wiring cost efficiency. It's a lot more convenient if you can wire these devices at the reader instead of going all the way back to the panel. These are our iOSmart cards and some of the part numbers for ordering: standard shell cards, printable cards, and key fobs. And now as I was telling you, the iOSmart readers support Bluetooth, which allow you to use your phone as a credential, as a card. Pretty much, you can have even your Apple Watch set as a credential. You can use concurrent login licenses for logins. As I was telling you, the amount of concurrent users that you get for mobile, it will depend on the license that you choose, whether it's corporate or global. Here are some of the long range and parking applications readers that we offer: the Maze, Invite, UPass, Reach, the UPass Target, Transit Ultimate, and Lumo for license plate reading, or LPR. And they connect to the panels, to the access controllers via Weekend, OSDP, or ANPR. Some other accessories that we offer are T-Rex exit detector, just request to exit device for all access control applications. It's an alternative to installing a button, an exit button. You can do XY targeting and digital signal processing, or DSP. It makes it the fastest and most reliable exit detector on the market. There's no need to push buttons. It's completely hand-free. It comes with a door alarm sounder of 90 decibels. It works with infrared technology to prevent false door, pretty much false alarms. Also, it gives you vertical and horizontal adjustment. All right, so that's some of the presentation that I had for you guys. Something I want to show you is how is it that we integrate these technologies. So I'm going to open my my VMS software. And as you see, on my VMS software, where I have my cameras, I can trip, or I can change. I can actually lock, disable readers, arm, return to schedule for my Kantech panel. So as I was telling you, this is our VMS software, exact, the one we can integrate with Kantech. And when I was telling you this is a bidirectional integration, it's because, for example, I'm gonna go open this camera right here. These are KD1 training modules inside our training center in Bogota, Colombia, where we have a KT1 controller and the IO Smart and IO Prox readers. When I say it's a bidirectional integration, is because from my BMS, I can trip an output on my Kantech panel, for example, or I can do commands such as lock, disable reader, arm, pretty much close doors, open doors from my VMS, because it's a bidirectional communication. But not only for not only for live view of the cameras, but for example, I can do cool stuff like this. I'm gonna search for a video on my recorder, but since I have my VMS integrated with Kantech, I can do things like use my Kantech readers as a search criteria to actually search for video. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm using my main door reader, which is a Kantech system. I'm using a reader, and I'm gonna also do a camera. See which one faces the door. Lobby. Here you go. Okay. And I'm gonna choose my date. Let's say today. And I want to see from 7 a.m. till 8:30. Because I know the first person who got into the building came around that time frame. So we get the video, and we also get how the reader detected that at 7 and 12 minutes approximately, we had our first access event when someone actually came through the door for the first time in the morning. And we can check the live video of that moment when we got our first access in the office. So this red line right here stands for an access event, in this case an entry on the main reader. So we should be seeing someone coming through that door at 7 and 12 in the morning, and that is Sophia, which is our cleaning lady. And we actually were able to search for that video clip using our Kantech reader module, because that's when we had an access control event. So that's what it means when we say we have our bidirectional integration. It's the same as if we go to our Kantech platform. We're able to see all the video streams, the live views. So I'm gonna go to the Kantech website to show you guys a little bit more of how you can do integrations with Kantech, for example. So Kantech.com, and if we go to partners, compatibility matrix, we get this website where we have all the integrations that are available with Kantech, and that includes access control, intrusion, fire, video, RFID, autonomy, biometric readers, building management, credential management, elevators, LPR, perimeter control, etc. So it's so many integrations that we have this filter that you can use. So for example, if you're looking for elevator control, see, or you're looking for fire alarm, it's going to tell you that we only integrate with simplex panels. When you hit the integration overview, it gives you a document that tells you pretty much what version of Kantech Entrapass they integrate with, and what version of simplex they integrate with. So in this case, Kantech Entrapass 7 version 7.0 integrates with the simplex 4100 panels using the 10201 software, or the 20202. Actually, I think that's firmware. How do you connect to that panel? RS-232 to the KT or a gateway. Which controllers connect to the simplex fire panels? KT 400s and KT 1s. When you hit the integration details button, it gives you a step-by-step on how to do the integration, pretty much. It shows you a document that allows you to understand the integration, and it gives you a step-by-step with screenshots, pictures, etc. on how is it that you do the integration. On Kantech, you're actually going to be able to see your fire keypad just like this. Same as if we were looking for alarm and intrusion systems. Well, we integrate with Ventil and DSC. And it's the same thing. You get the step-by-step on how to do the integration. How does it work? What are you able to do? Etc. For video management, we integrate with pretty much our brands and a couple third-party brands. And this is something you can explore if you want to see what kind of integrations you can do with Kantech. Something I wanted to show you as well is how the Entrapass software, or how to access the documentation on pretty much either the software or the hardware. So navigating through the website using the tab that says products. If you go to software, it's going to show you the Entrapass security management software in the 3 versions I showed you. As you see this chart, it's a lot easier to understand with the features on each one of them. So how many operator workstations you get, 2 plus 1, up to 20 plus 1 if you buy more licenses. So what does it come with? And in parentheses, where can you expand this, or how can you expand this? How much can you expand this? If you wanted to see documentation on it, such as a data sheet, you can just click data sheets on the documents tab and get your PDF with the data sheet. times. All right. So this is how you get documentation without technical specifications and such. Also the part number information for ordering. And on our technical library, you're going to be able to find a bunch of FAQs, documentation, and it gives you this platform where you can choose what are you looking for. So if you're looking for hardware, door controllers, information on the KD1, and you select what kind of documentation you would like, you can just submit this, and it's going to show you a list of documentations on, let's say you wanted to see the brochures and the white papers or manuals. And you're going to see all the documentation that it's available for these products. It will be the same if you search for software or readers or any product that it's on the website. You can search documentation this way or through the web through the product page. So with hardware, we pretty much cover pretty much everything except for the I'm gonna go right here just to show you guys a little bit of the legacy stuff as well, like the Entrapass and the NCC and the KT200 and 300. Those are discontinued, but you might find some of them in the field. So it's just an FYI on if you see something like this in the field and you don't have no idea on what it is. Well, these were our legacy panels that are replaced now with the KT1, KT2, and KT400. And just for you guys to know. We also offer some kits where you can have a starter that comes with readers, cards, and such, multi-door kits, expansion kits, and even a demo kit for demonstrations. That's pretty cool. Comes with 4 readers and a KT400 already pre-wired with some inputs, simulations, and outputs. Here are some of the network communication devices in case you need to add them. Converters, modems, IP-Link. This is a serial converter module and a USB converter module. Let me see what else we're missing here to cover. Well, I think that's pretty much it for the website. Something I want to do before finishing is the actual support channels. Pretty much all the manuals and documentation you can find on the website. It's just a matter of knowing how to search and navigate through it. So that will be it for the website and the presentation. I don't know if we have any questions, Camila, so far, so we can take a look at them. Here's also my contact information in case anybody has any questions. We do have our support channels. However, if you guys need guidance or help on how to find information or any questions where I can direct you, here's my contact information with my mobile, WhatsApp, and email.